This is a demo on how to start carving your mandala on the metal. You will need a magazine, a sponge, your scissors from your toolkit eventually, a piece of metal, your sketches, a blending stump, and a wood tool or a mechanical pencil with the lead down. So from your two sketches, you need to decide which one you're going to transfer onto the metal. So for mine, I chose the organic design sketch, and now I'm going to transfer it onto the metal. You see, I've done some of it. So to do this, you are going to start with the magazine first. So the magazine is going to go underneath your sketch that is on top of your metal. I taped my sketch. You can put a piece of tape on the top and then one piece of tape on the side so that you can look at it as you are, carving and tracing and doing all that. So on top of the magazine, you're going to take a wood tool or your mechanical pencil. Just put the lead down and you're going to start tracing all of these lines that you've drawn. So on my metal and on the magazine is a soft surface so that this can really indent into the metal. If you do it on a hard surface, it doesn't indent and it doesn't show up very well. So I did that just now. You can carve these sectors if you want. You don't have to. But it's totally up to you. I am not. Some people do. So you're going to do all the lines all the way around. After you've done all the lines, you're going to take your paper off. Make sure you have indeed done all the lines because it's hard to get the paper exactly back if you missed something. So with my design, mine's not finished, yours will be. You need to start deciding which areas are going to pop out of the metal and which areas are going to be flat. So you can see I have my raised areas. This is going to lead into our next point. So we're going to switch out the magazine for a sponge. And the sponge is even softer so that we can get these areas to really pop out. So I am going to raise this little circle right here. So I'm going to flip over my metal. So from the back, I'm going to be pushing out. This is called repose. So repose is when you carve from the back. So with this blending stump, these are usually used when blending, with pencils and shading, but it works really well for this project. So with my blending stump, I'm going to add some pressure on my circle, really stretching that metal. Then I can flip this over and I can see that it's been raised. So the next thing that I'm going to do, you're probably going to be working on a table, a hard table. Right now I'm on the floor, but I do have a hard surface right here, my sketchbook. You are going to, on a flat and hard surface, the second step is to chase. Chasing is to flatten and refine the edges. So with this same blending stump tool, I'm going to go around the edge and flatten the metal around the area that I just pushed up. This is called chasing. You will eventually chase all of the areas that are not pushed out. This just makes it look a lot neater. Like when I go over this and chase, it looks a lot neater and nicer of a design. So refine those edges. I'm going to do it again. So switch back to my sponge, flip this over, and stretch the metal even more. You can get it to push out pretty far. And then I'll take my hard flat surface and again, just refine the edge. If you kind of accidentally get a hole in your metal, it's okay. We're going to use ink to help cover that up. As long as it's not huge, it's not a big deal. So after you have raised everything, you will cut out your design. If you want a special edge, you can do that. Just make sure you keep your unified project. There's not one huge area. You want them all kind of generally the same size. So you will cut out your design after you've done your repose and chasing. You can just use regular scissors from your toolkit. You can see with my design here, I carved the initial circle, but then I decided to do kind of a, I don't know, curvy edge on the outside, and your scissors cut right through that. Then eventually I will show you how to mount this and add ink onto this, but that's the general way to carve out your mandala.